What causes agoraphobia? If you or your close one have agoraphobia, you know how it decreases life quality. Telling a person face your fear who have agoraphobia is like cursing, because facing fears is like purposefully walking on fire for them. So, if you have agoraphobia, you don't probably feel understood. You may also don't understand yourself. So you don't know how to solve this problem. Because of this issue, I'm making a 2-video series about agoraphobia. I'm an experienced clinical psychologist working with individuals who have anxiety and depression issues. I'll share what agoraphobia is and what causes it in this first episode. You can listen to me for yourself or for your close one. By the way, I have more than 20 videos for panic disorder. Panic disorder and agoraphobia are usually together. If you also need to learn about panic disorder, I suggest you to watch those videos. Before moving to the causes of agoraphobia, let's talk about what agoraphobia is. Agora means open space in Greek. So if you have a phobia related to open spaces, then you may probably have agoraphobia. The places outside your safe zone, like your home, is assumed as dangerous in agoraphobia, because you think if a bad thing happens while I'm outside, then I may be in a difficult situation. I can't cope with that problem, have an anxiety attack, and get harmed. It is very disturbing to feel weak, ashamed, alone, and hopeless. Any places, situations that could trigger these disturbances make you feel anxious. This anxiety can even be experienced as a panic attack. So in many cases, panic disorder is comorbid with agoraphobia. Let's continue with the causes of agoraphobia. There are lots of reasons why someone has agoraphobia, and those reasons can be very different compared to other people. Many studies show that biological factors have a role in general anxiety. Still, we can say that agoraphobia is more related to complex psychological factors. So I'll concentrate on the psychological causes of agoraphobia. The first cause for agoraphobia is vicious anxiety cycle. When we analyze agoraphobia at surface level, you have some avoidant and cautious behaviors related to your fears. You try to keep yourself safe at home by avoiding going to other places or taking someone with you for precaution to go to those places. In this way, you are also avoiding from the truth that it can actually be safe to go outside. So, this creates a vicious cycle as you assume that you're safe because of the avoidance and precautions, but this is not the truth. The second cause of agoraphobia is unprocessed traumas. For example, suppose that you have traumas that make you feel hopeless, weak, unsafe, and alone. You have the same feeling when you remember those events. In that case, you are prone to have anxiety problems. So, you don't always vividly and consciously remember those adverse events. If you experience an event that triggers those unprocessed, repressed traumas, then you may get emotional. This is similar to physical wounds. If you touch and scratch an open wound, then it can hurt, even bleed. For example, when you had a loss but haven't mourned naturally and repressed some feelings, this experience can be repressed altogether, like an untreated abandoned wound. Then one day you heard that your neighbor passed away and her little child was devastated. This can trigger your unprocessed mourning process and set the stage for a vicious anxiety cycle. Suppose the traumas are triggered but not processed. In that case, a panic attack can be experienced, which can also be a starting point for an agoraphobic vicious cycle. Finally, the third factor that cause agoraphobia is related to anxious attachment style. A person with an anxious attachment style has fears like separation, abandonment, and losing a close one. These fears can be experienced as agoraphobia for some people. If there are some chronic relationship problems and the partner is not stable and trustworthy, this can trigger an anxious vicious cycle. I'm aware that I'm talking about some general points here, but there are many different causes of agoraphobia. It is tough to generalize these reasons for this complex problem. Individual assessment is crucial for a deeper understanding. However, the things that I shared can be helpful starting points to consider. When you begin to understand the causes, then the solutions can automatically appear. Before closing, I want to remind you that I have many other videos about panic disorder, anxiety problems, and trauma-related issues. I got many comments saying that these videos are beneficial in dealing with anxiety problems. I'll be glad if you share your opinions and experiences in the comments. Take care.